Hey YouTube, it's Sonic Fable. Today, it's another comic review. And before I start this comic review, I just want to apologize in advance because I made videos in the past saying there's going to be a podcast this Friday, September 7th. There was one that even said September 6th, which isn't even a Friday. I'm stupid. I know. But whatever. I apologize for not putting out a podcast. Friday was a busy day. And I'm going to say this right now. Podcasts will probably be on Saturdays. I record them on Friday and then edit the whole thing and then put it out on Saturday. For my benefit. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get on to what the video is about. This hero, he's a hero. He's one of my favorites. And he's an inspiration definitely towards me. And this comic is actually a remake of one of his original series. When he first joined the Avengers team. That's right. Now we're talking about Captain America, Man Out of Time. Now the story is what I basically just said. Captain America gets unfrozen from the ice during World War II. He got frozen in ice during an explosion where his partner Bucky died, which isn't really a spoiler because everyone knows that Bucky died. And he gets frozen in time and the Avengers throw him out years later. This time they do it about when President Obama's elected. So he's been frozen for a long time, about almost 70 years? Yeah, 70 years. This would make it 70 years. Originally he was unfrozen back in the 70s, so it would have been about 20 years. Which is kind of cool, because they do put the original Avengers comic, Avengers number 4, when Captain America gets thawed out of time. Stan Lee, thank you for that great idea, by the way. So, what do I think? Okay, I do think this is a great rendition of the comic. A great reintroduction of Captain America's character for the current age. Because not only is this about Captain America experiencing the fact that he's alive again, this is about how he wants to get Bucky back and how the Avengers and all these other people are telling him he shouldn't because it will mess up the timeline. Sure, him coming back should have messed up the timeline in a way, but you can't really stop that. But he has motives. He feels that it shouldn't have been him that's died. And, you can't really blame him for that. It's his character. You feel more emotionally intense in here than the original Avengers number 4 did. Because in the original Avengers number 4, he's like, oh no, Bucky died going away. And then the Avengers go missing. They don't really tell you about that till later, how some alien abducted them. I don't know, it's weird. But in the original 1970s comic, he gets over the fact that I'm in a different parallel universe. Let's go ahead. This one he deals with grief. But yeah, Rick Jones goes and tells Captain America, hey, you're in the 21st century now. This isn't happening. And Captain America's eyes are like, they show him that he's he believes he's still back in 1945, which I do like. I really do like that. And the way that he discovers that he's not in 1945 anymore is just beautiful. He's like, this is a dream, I know. It's okay, I'll wake up sooner or later. And then when he finds out, it's just heartbreaking for him. I could feel his character. After that, though, he again wants to go save Bucky. And they try to stop him. And the way they tell that is really good. Okay, so let me just get out of the way who did all this. The writer was Mark Waid. By the way, good job, Mark Waid. Penciler and Breakdowns. That's a weird name to do it. George, with a J. O-G-R-G-E. Milana. Inkers was Carl Kels with Scott Hanoff just for issue 3. Colorist was Frank DeMartia. I think that's how you say it, sorry. Letter VC's Joe Sabino. Oh, excuse me. Our cover artists were Brian Hitch, Paul Neary, and Paul Mounts. Associate editor, Lauren Sakovich. And editor was Tom Biervort. Again, I'm sorry if I tortured those names, but that's what their names were. But they all did a really good job on this, and this is a good comic for Captain America fans who are, well, for people who want to get into Captain America's story arc. This is definitely a good start for them. Problem though is that, you know, some of the characters, they're okay. The Avengers this time around weren't that really like, man, we got this. Like Tony Stark, of course, is Tony Stark. I liked him. Captain America, he was kind of depressed the whole time, which is somewhat good and somewhat bad. Because he's in America, he's not supposed to be really depressed. He's supposed to believe in his morals and all that, his goals. Sure, things are bad, but I gotta think positive and beat through all this. So that was kind of a downer. Thor, he didn't really say much. He was there. Wasp wasn't even in the comic at all, which is weird. And then Giant Man, he's in like a scene, a panel or two. He's just like, you shouldn't go. That's it. So, even though there wasn't supposed to be Avengers in this, I wish there was a little bit more, because, you know, what can you do? So, final verdict, you know, I did enjoy this a lot. This is probably one of my favorite Captain America comics of all. But, again, I didn't like how the characters were reacting with each other. So, sadly, this isn't a perfect comic, nor is it, like, the greatest, because, you know, it got out of context. That's what I mean. So, it just, I don't know, it didn't flow through right. But there are emotional moments in there. Definitely the emotions are very high for Captain America, which I do feel is very good at stake in here. And I like that the fact that they do have the original Avengers 4 in here. The, you know, artwork, Stan Lee and all that. I do like that they have that in here because you can compare and contrast what they did to the future of Captain America, of what they're doing here, and the present of what Stan Lee did, which is good. So overall, I would give this definitely a 9 out of 10, okay? It's good. If you're a fan of Captain America, I totally would pick this up. If you want emotion in a story, this is definitely a comic to pick up. Well, comic series. I always say it's a comic, but it's always a trade paperback that I have. I'm sorry. Can't help it. Whatever. But I say do pick it up. If you're looking for character development, you're not really going to get that except for Captain America, which is, I guess you could get it, but if you're acting for supporting characters, that's not so well. Just one character really is it. If I forgot to mention the artwork. The artwork's okay at times, you know. I gotta give them credit for doing good artwork, but I thought it wasn't like superb or anything. It was okay. But yeah, I did like it for the most part. And yeah, Captain America, 9 out of 10. Definitely a good comic and totally should pick it up. So, I got some other comic reviews right here and right here around. And I think you should totally look at them because they're cool and stuff. Swallowing spit. So amazing that I have to do it on camera. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. XXX Sonic Fable XXX. I always don't know why I said that at that time, but whatever. Totally should pick this up if you feel the need to, and I will check you guys later. Why am I going? I kept noticing that. I keep doing that. I go, but anyway, comic books are weird. Okay, people, just getting that out of the way. Yeah, and the character, his name's Rick Jones, I think. That's not what I'm looking for. Yep, I was right. Rick Jones. I went through this whole time knowing I knew the name right. Sometimes the story got a little lace-sided in a way. I think I'm just making up words now. Lace-sided.